When you told your parents at the age of about 18 that you were dropping out of Stanford, did they show you the door?
No, first,
Yeah, it's on.
firstly, it's wonderful to be here. Thanks for that generous introduction. So, no pressure for the rest of the session. But to answer your question, I think, although it's, on the outside and it looks like a very, sort of cliche Silicon Valley story. We dropped out of college to start a company. Actually, before we took that step, Kevalia and I, we were basically tinkering around for about a year. And, as kids, we loved coding, right? We used to build out small projects for fun.
Yeah.
Growing up. But, in the middle of COVID, we didn't really have much to do. We were supposed to go to California to study. Obviously, all of us got put back into Bombay in that first wave of the pandemic. And we didn't really see the value in online education. So, we took a call to, instead of wasting a year of that experience, let's just take a year off and just tinker around and build some interesting stuff. Most of our peers at the time at Stanford had internships at Goldman Sachs or Google. We didn't really have any of that lined up. And we just took a call to start experimenting. And
How did you think this up?
yeah, no, we were just, the two of us were sitting in Shehri Punjab and Andheri East. First wave of the pandemic, you couldn't get groceries delivered. The offline options were all usually shut down. The online options at the time were taking 6-7 days to deliver. And so we started with a WhatsApp group. And over the course of a year, we kept tweaking and iterating on the model, kept talking to customers, and started building out the first version of Zepto probably a year after we launched that WhatsApp group, and got to a meaningful scale, which is when we took that call to drop out, right, formally. And I think, with our parents, obviously, it was a shocking moment, right? I remember, Kevalia's mother burst into tears and said, "What have you done to my son, right? You've brainwashed him." But, I think we had some real numbers to go back off. We were doing at that time a few $1 million in revenue and growing fast, and we had just raised, or we were about to raise a large amount of capital. So we had some substance behind what we were doing, and there was real customer love. So we could take that conviction based, that call based on data, and not just sort of gut feel. I know the story is a little bit more exciting if it was just like a crazy idea, but at that time we had some numbers and we had some scale, and then we took the call. So at least, our fathers were a little bit more comfortable with it when they saw the numbers. So yeah.